Hey guys, earlier this year I made a video on my hand plane collection, and I just kind of panned over around. I think I left the radio on in the background, and a couple people mentioned that it would have been a lot better if I had talked through it, kind of talked you guys through it. I guess I kind of know what I'm looking at, but I could just see how that would be kind of frustrating, especially with kind of like the numbers and like the way they're placed is kind of like, I get it because it's my collection, I guess, or tools. So I figured I just would kind of talk through it. I just want to say everything I have here is usable and does get used. Some more than others, obviously, but there's nothing here that I just bought to, I don't know, have and look at. So over here in the left corner are the first planes that I bought, pretty much. So I had no idea what I was looking for. So one of them is cracked, but it's a number 3 and a Miller Falls number 8. Sorry, Miller Falls number 8. So it's a Stanley number 3 Miller Falls. And then over here is a Craftsman number 4 size, and I actually turned this into a scrub plane. So there's a really, and I cannot believe how much I love this thing. But this thing's mouth was just massive from the get-go. I didn't even file this. And it's just like crazy open. But this thing is just the best. Well, it's the only scrub plane I have. But it's just an amazing scrub plane. And then I went through a phase where I thought I knew what I would do with wood planes. And so, coffin smoother, a rabbit, and a beading plane. But these, I've decided I don't really know what I'm doing with wood planes, and I will save that for later on in life. So kind of over in here is kind of like the specialty section, we'll call it. So this is a Clifton 3110. It's the multiplane, where you can have it as a chisel, bullnose, or the full-size rabbiting plane. So, but I just got that. Pretty handy, really handy. I think that's probably the newest thing I have, but that I really like. It's come in handy a lot. And then in front of that is the Stanley 71. That has all the irons and the foot. That, I use it, but pretty much the stuff I try and use it for, it's like too big for the plane without putting an additional base on it. So I think I need to make just a larger base for it to reference off of. So I'll be able to get more use out of that. In front of that is a Stanley 78 with a broken fence. This came to me. I bought it knowing that the fence had been repaired, and it had worked fine, but then I was putting it away, and I just tapped the fence while it was installed onto the edge of the table, and it just popped off with a nice little ping. So I need to pick up another fence. I mean, they're all over eBay. A lot of these came from eBay, so I know about eBay. I just need to pick up another one off of eBay, probably 10, 15, 20 bucks. In front of that is a 151 spoke shave that I picked up at an antique store for like $10. Sweetheart vintage, nice. Don't really do a lot of round work, so I haven't got a lot of use out of that, but she's sharp and ready to go. And you got the 75, Stanley 75 bullnose. Pretty sure that is not a joy to use. Well, I haven't tried to use it since I learned more about what I'm doing. So I could probably set it up better now. But when I got it new into the hand plane carpentry, hand tool woodworking. Sorry. And I really could not get that thing to take a shaving because I couldn't set it fine enough and square enough. But now there's probably some tricks I could do. Next to this is the Stanley 140, the skew rabbiting plane. This thing is super duper handy. Even if you just want to use it as a regular block plane, the skew gives it a very nice shaving. And then having the ability to rabbit is super helpful. As we speak, I am bidding on a Sargent 507. the double rabbit. It's like the Stanley number 10 planes in a block plane. So it's the double rabbit with the iron that goes out and comes out. So I've been looking for one of them for a while, and those don't pop. I see more often than that the new Lee Nielsen 60.5 rabbit, which is based off of the 507, but I see that more than the old. Those never come up. So hopefully I end up winning that, but I can't spend an astronomical amount of money on it. So usually what ends up happening is a heartbreaking final bid that is more than I ever would pay. And I'm usually second, so it says it's only $1 more, but they probably would have paid a lot more than I would. So, and this is a 9 1/4 block plane. Just your standard 9 1/4. Next to that, we have a 62 low angle jack. And then next to that, we have the Stanley number 10 rabbiting plane. And then next to that, we have the 10 1/2. Looking for a 10 1/4. Everybody knows how crazy those are, so I will probably won't get that for a long, long time, if ever. And then next to that, this guy's kind of new. This is the 113. I have always noticed that and just always wanted it. And then this guy came up, and it was insanely clean. Later model. I didn't want the first generation or the first type because I wanted to have the adjustment, the lateral adjustment. I'm sorry, it's been a long day. I wanted the lateral adjustment and the frog blade adjustment on the back, like the Bailey type planes. And the first one doesn't have that. It just has the wheel on the side for the depth adjustment, and I wanted this one. So later model, but I'm okay with that. It's in amazing shape. I don't know if it's been restored because if it is Japanning, it is absolutely amazing and flawless. So either way, kudos. Love this thing. Haven't really gotten into use it yet. I made a half-ass arch in a piece of pine, and it was really hard. So, alright, we'll go on to the Baileys. So, this is my Type 17 collection. I found out after starting collecting, or getting into hand planes, I hate the term collecting, using hand planes, that through picking up these, I picked up a couple Type 17s. The first one was the 5 1/2 and the 8. And they were thick castings, immaculate, and I just fell in love with the thick castings and the heft and the heaviness of it. So that's when I just decided that when I purchased any new ones, they would be Type 17. And then after having the set, -1 and 2, I don't have the money or the time to pay for a 1 or a 2 because it's a plane I'm not really going to use. I mean, I'd love to have it, but I just don't think I'm definitely not going to get it off the internet. So if I do purchase a 1 or a 2, it's going to be something I run into for an amazing price. And I hope it happens, but I doubt it. But anyways, so I finished out buying planes, the Baileys. I finished out buying Type 17s, and then I have OCD, I guess, so I wanted all Type 17s. So I'll go through those, but I'm probably going to end up getting rid of some of those. So these are all Type 17 heavy castings. And I spend time on eBay trying to find the steel adjustment knob. I prefer the steel to the hard rubber, as you can see. As I swap them out, I just put them in a pile over here. So I'm trying to have them all with the steel adjustment knob instead of the hard rubber, but if you look, I still have I have 3 to go. I need 3 steel knobs, so if anybody wants to have some of the steel, 1 1/4 inch, not the 1 inch. I guess the transitional planes had the 1 inch steel adjustment knob. The 1 1/4 inch steel adjustment knobs, if you have those, send me a message and I'd be more than happy to buy that off you. But anyways, Type 17s. We have the 3, 4, 4 1/2, 5 1/4, 5, another 5, because I'd like to set one up for kind of finer work, and then one for coarser, rough work. 5 1/2, 6, 7, and the 8. and they're all smooth bottom. They're all in the 4.5's in the roughest shape, but they're all pretty much in really good shape. I took my time. I wasn't in a rush. I chose better condition ones. The one I'm kind of in shock about picking up was the 7. Was actually sold as pretty much almost new, not in the box. I mean, this thing was spotless. Just gorgeous. Full-length iron. And the seller and I both pretty much agreed that it looked like the factory bevel on the iron. So, I mean, obviously it could have been replaced, but the condition of the plane, there's one little nick here. But other than that, original Japanning, hardwood tote and knob, spotless, just lovely. So then over here, we have a 3, an older 3, newer 4, corrugated, newer 5 1/4. We have an older number 5, but this 5 has some kind of significant pitting. And I bought this in person before I really knew what I was doing, and even I didn't really know what I was doing, but I kind of knew that I shouldn't buy that, but I bought it anyway. A Keen Cutter K5 with Bedrock Frog. Really nice plane. I think the Bedrock Frog actually makes a really decent difference. Somewhat, not really. I haven't used it enough to comment on it, so I shouldn't be talking about what I don't know. I'm sorry. A Sweetheart number 6. This is a really nice plane. This was redone. It has the replica decal. It's been redone, repainted. Really nice job on this one. I'll probably hold on to this one. I really like this. Older 3 patent date number 7, corrugated. Not a bad plane. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the corrugations. And then other tools I have. This is a Keen Cutter. 12 inch 10-inch saw, redone by Bob Page on Facebook. He's on Facebook. Unplugged Woodworkers, Antique Tools. Can't speak highly enough about him. Great guy. Magician with tools. I think I bought a couple of these off him. I know I did. I bought the Keen Cutter K5 plane off him. So amazing guy. Great seller. Great restoration on tools. Bob Page. Look him up if you need some tools. Good guy. Some Japanese saws. Don't really know much about Japanese saws. I know I like using them. I know this is a rip. And then I also have a double. I don't know what the Japanese word is for it. With the rip on one side and the cross cut on the other. Really enjoy using these saws. And over here we got a vise, saw vise. Picked this up on my honeymoon with my wife in New Hampshire. Really cool guy I'm from Rhode Island. Met a guy from Rhode Island. Had an antique store. It was really cool. Bought some cool stuff off him. Have this, the Miller Falls Langdon miter box. This one, get it to focus. There we go. Is the 1071A. I need to sharpen the saw, so I haven't really used that much. And then here is a 55 in the box, original tin box, complete, all cutters, no rust. Nice, I got it all lubed up, no rust or anything. So I'll put that together another day. So that's the 55. And down here, it came with this. Sorry for the fingers. I have a 45. And I'll show you this one because this one stays together. This is an old box. I really enjoy the box that it comes with. I have rods. shape. I like this. There's a little 45. I really like this one. But I made some stuff. I made my wife a sliding lid pencil box type thing off of this. So, but, and then over here, I have some more chisels and stuff I haven't gone through. I need to go through them, and then we'll go into the shop real quick. I have a Sweetheart 750 new Sweetheart chisel thing, chisel set, a chisel set. I have some PEC tools, PEC engineering tools. I have the full square set, really nice, enjoy these. I love the 78, the 97 and the 98 marking gauges, sorry, because I prefer the cutting wheel. I prefer them. So, alright, I think I'm going a little long here, so I just thought I would kind of talk you through the hand plane collection and some of my tools, so thanks a lot, guys.